As healthcare workers have been fighting the pandemic, they've grown closer together and they've felt every thank you from the community. In fact, they say you'll never know how much that slice of pizza, those words of encouragement, or those drive-by parades of cars and emergency vehicles really meant. Our Lisa Sugar continues our COVID-19 One Year Later series with Jody Shigo, the Director of Patient Services at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazelton, and Dr. Anthony Valent, Lehigh Valley Hazelton's Chief Medical Officer.
People always knew the job that everyone at the first responders, the medical staff did, but I think they appreciated it a lot more. What would you have to say now about all those things that came together from the community, from the donations and the people that were wishing you well and showing you support through all of this?
They really rallied behind the hospital and the members of the healthcare community. It was just so heartwarming. We got flowers, as you said, we got food anonymously donated to us. We had high school students organize a drive-by, and then they fed the entire hospital on their own. It was amazing.
Yeah, I think it were three high school kids organized that. And they literally fed the whole hospital. They went around and got food donated. I'm not being facetious, nor is Jody. They fed the entire facility.
Yep.
Just incredible. A couple high school kids. So it shows you some character there. For that young age to pull that off. A lot of character.
But what would you want to say to them that really stepped up to the plate, because this was truly a community effort to make sure you guys were able to do your job and the excellent job that you did do to keep this community safe?
Words of thanks just is not enough. I mean, we can't say thank you enough, because we were at a very low point caring for all these patients, and our community really rallied around us. So to say thank you for me just doesn't seem like it's enough. They will never know what they did for, and I apologize for being emotional, but they'll never know what they did for our emotional well-being. Amazing.
I'll be very honest with you. I would cry in my office, and I'm not ashamed of that. But the one day I was in my office, and John Fletcher, his office is kind of right next to mine. He said, "Come on out here. You got to see this." And we walked right outside the side door of the hospital by the annex, and then over as you get closer to the hospital, where I don't know what entrance it would be. It'd be kind of like a back entrance to the hospital. There were a couple of elementary school kids drawing on the sidewalk a thank you note. And again, I can hardly get the words out right now, but just watching them do that, it was just an incredible boost. They'll never know, what they did that day and how it helped a lot of people. They're just there because they're so young, but it was just wonderful. Just the one I can remember it like it was yesterday.
Many of us took for granted, including myself. You just expect the doctors and nurses to be there and do their job. But what you did was amazing and continues to be amazing. So I say thank you for the great work that you have done and continue to do. And Dr. Valent, I guess we'll end this with, we hope we hope that this will be the downswing now of this and it'll go away and never return. But is the hospital or medical providers everywhere now better prepared because of COVID-19, if anything like this, God forbid, ever happens again?
The old adage, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. I mean, it's kind of cliche, but it's actually a very useful topic to bring up here, because it truly does. I think we're all stronger because of what we went through. And certainly, it's nothing that anybody has gone through for over 100 years, if you think about it. So I think it certainly made us stronger. I think it allows us to have a lot more respect for each other. I know I certainly look at as much respect as I had for our staff. I have 10 times that much respect now. And it's like any other team. The tighter the bond between you, whether it's a sports team or it's a military team or whatever, the tighter the bond between you, the better work you can do. And so I think aside from the processes that were put in place and whatever, now we've leveraged telemedicine more than we did before. I mean, that's all great. But the real I think, aspect of this that is most important is how it's given everybody a whole nother level of respect for each other, because everybody had each other's back, and we're all worried about each other and trying to do whatever we had to do to protect each other. And it's just a great feeling to know that you have that camaraderie, if you will. And I don't think there's a price you can put on that, and I don't think that can be measured with any type of a metric or what have you. But believe me, it's there.
Today's news feature is brought to you by Hampton Inn by Hilton Hazleton. Looking for a night away in the Cunningham Valley? Book your stay vacation today at Hampton Inn by Hilton Hazleton by calling 570-454-3449.